There was frost on the ground when I woke up this morning, but only down in this little low patch where I'm camped. Had a good night's sleep. I'm pretty much ready to go now, ready to start off day 2 of the Pennine Bridleway. I just came up onto the bank to survey my kingdom before I finally get the horses going. I found an orchid. That's pretty cool. So it's a nice way to start the day. Don't know what it is, I'm no good at orchids. Any orchid fanciers out there want to pop a Latin name in the comments? That'd be cool. I'm always up for learning some new nature. But yeah, feeling fresh, had my coffee, had my porridge. Let's get this show on the road. I know that under the whole leave no trace stealth camping ethos, you're supposed to be up and gone by first light. I get the reasoning for this. I can't do it. I wake up early. I was up, well, awake before 7, full of good intentions. And then I get the coffee on and I get some porridge on. And I just find myself staring at stuff. Just watching the sun coming up above that ridge behind my tent. Just watching the day start, really. And then when I finally go vertical and think about packing, I just find myself wandering about, looking at moss and poking around between the rocks. Then I found that orchid, I had to talk to that for about a quarter of an hour. And then time just slips away, really. I don't think it's a bad thing. I like to think that it's all very zen and meditative, the staring that I do. I'm not just sitting there waiting for the end to come. But it does mean that I didn't get pedalling until after 10. Get off my case, I'm on holiday. It's funny, there are some foods that I just never eat at home. Bananas. I wouldn't give you tuppence for a banana normally, but I do dozens of them when I'm cycling. This rye bread, it's delicious. I really like it. Never eat it when I'm at home. These weird little habits I've got into. Anyway, I've stopped for lunch. You can see my lunch spot is a pretty epic one. Very, very pleasing indeed. The sun's shining again. Did a little bit of very quiet tarmac this morning, but nothing unpleasant. And now I've found myself on this long old section of quite steep, technical, rocky kind of gully trails. I'm attempting to keep my wits about me and stay on the bike. And I've the other reason I've stopped is that I have a horrible feeling that my ride after lunch is up that face over there, which, if the trail is anything like this, might take me quite some time. So we shall see. I'm going to enjoy some snacks, enjoy the views, gird my loins for the battle ahead. ended the day taking in the evening sun, sitting in a camp chair outside a rather splendid static caravan. I will get to that, but first, quick rundown of day 2, because day 2 was hard. On the spectrum of the sort of rides that I do, yeah, it was up there. While I was eating lunch, I watched the chap coming down the other face of that valley, and he passed me coming up my side just as I was about to leave, and we chatted for a while. It was one of those really pleasant, sort of unexpected encounters that you get on rides like this. I'm really bad with names. I think it was Nick. Oh, I'm very sorry if it wasn't. If you're watching this, mate, I hope you didn't die on the end of that hill and that you got where you were trying to get to. Yeah, after that, I set off to climb the other face, and it was tough. Very steep, very gullied, full of sand and loose rocks, and then sections of slab with big step downs in it. The sort of stuff that would be technically challenging on an unloaded full sus. I think I held my own, but it was slow going, and it did set the tone for the rest of the day, really. So by mid-afternoon, I was pretty knackered and was thinking about maybe having an early pitch. So I had my sights set on a ridge of hills up ahead. I was like, get to the top of there, find somewhere to pitch. I got up there and struck up another conversation with a chap walking his dog. And he said, oh yeah, no, I live in that farm just down there. So I said, oh great, so do you think, cheeky, it would be all right if I pitched up in one of these fields? And he said, oh yeah, not really, because we have horses that run up here all the time. But if you need somewhere for the night, I've got a caravan down on the farmyard. So he brought me back down here, and this is what he presented me with, this unbelievable luxury of this static caravan. I've got hot water, I've got a shower, I've got a bed, I've got a cooker, microwave, I've got internet, I've got 2 eggs fresh from the chickens. I can't believe it. I've absolutely struck gold. So I'm very, very pleased with that. He also told me that this farm is the farm where some of the great train robbers came to hide out after they split the money from the great train robbery, which is quite exciting. And yeah, it's unbelievable. Got views of Kinder Scout across the farmyard, and yeah, very, very pleased and looking forward to a night of luxury. Now it comes back to something, I think I've touched on this in other videos, this thing about the kindness of strangers. Now when you're travelling, especially when you're travelling solo, it just seems to happen. I've lost track of the amount of times that strangers have just befriended me on the road. Sometimes just to say hello and ask questions and that. Sometimes, to fill your water bottles up, or invite you for lunch, or give you an amazing place to stay for the night. It's brilliant. It renews my faith in humanity when stuff like this happens. So yeah, day 2 is ending in spectacular style. It's been lovely riding despite being hard work, and yeah, I'm gonna get a good night's sleep and get into day 3 invigorated with fire in my belly. That's the way it went. See you soon.